This is E.T., and this is, well, I'm going to let you guess. Someone very few remember today. He's a former heavyweight champion. He's the only man to carry Rocky Marciano through 15 rounds. He's the only man to beat most of the top light heavyweight contenders, but never get a title shot. This man began his boxing career as a top amateur featherweight. He ran up a record of 42-0. In 1939, he became AAU middleweight champion. As a pro, he defeated top contenders in 3 different weight divisions. He would be inducted into the International Boxing Hall of Fame. He was part of the inaugural class of 1990. He was rated by Ring Magazine as the greatest light heavyweight of all time. He was so good at light heavyweight that all the title holders refused to fight him. So he was forced to move up. And what he did there as heavyweight was decision the great Joe Louis for only the second time in Joe's career. That was in 1950. And as a result, this man became lineal heavyweight champion. He went on to beat and then lose to Jersey Joe Walcott several times. In June of 1954, this man fought again for the title, this time against Rocky Marciano, who won the title in 1952. And he was so effective in this June of 54 fight with Marciano that the fight is today considered a ring classic. This one was held at Yankee Stadium, and it was very close at first. The referee, I think it was Ruby Goldstein, scored it 8-5-2 for Marciano. The 2 judges, 8-5-1 and 9-5-1, again for Rocky. But this opponent, this man we're talking about, did win the first 4 rounds. I should add here that Marciano was off that night. He fought only 12 rounds since he won that title in 1952. He had ring rust. Jack Dempsey said there's nothing like fighting to stay at the top. One regular fight is worth 4 months of training. But all that said, Rocky was so frustrated that he would hit this man we're talking about several times after the bell, and Rocky was left with a badly cut eye that required 10 stitches. So impressive was this man's performance against Rocky that a second fight was immediately booked and took place a few months later in September of 54. Now, our man lost by an 8th round knockout, but not before actually splitting the Rock's nose, seen here. After this fight, he was pressed for cash. So our fighter was forced to continue boxing, and he's going past his expiration date. The result? Too many absorbed punches, too many losses, 13 in 23 fights. Nonetheless, this man is considered among the best boxers of any era. James Toney said about him, "Who else has been great in nearly every division he fought in?" This man got a park named for him in Cincinnati and a statue in the park. He was ranked 13 by Ring Magazine of the top 80 best fighters in the past 80 years. He's ranked 27th greatest by ESPN, ahead of Mike Tyson, Larry Holmes, ahead of Jake LaMotta. He's been ranked the greatest light heavyweight ever by Boxing Magazine, although he was never champion in that division. He's ranked number 7, greatest heavyweight of all time by Burt Sugar. This great boxer went on to own several nightclubs. He even sat in with the great Duke Ellington. He learned to speak 2 languages besides English, and you can see him here talking with Rocky Marciano.
¿Cómo está, campeón del mundo, esta noche?
Molto bene.
¿Qué pensa te esta sera?
Stasera è tardi per me.
But in 1966, this man developed ALS, the muscle-debilitating wasting disease, and he spent his remaining years in a wheelchair. In 1975, he died in a veterans hospital. He was only 53. Now, you boxing experts already know who this man was, the great Ezzard Charles, who sadly is unknown by most people today. Now, why is that? Put your comments below. Hit the bell icon, give it a thumbs up. You know the drill. Thank you.